Hello, welcome. You're watching Headset VR. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to a brand new gaming video. Now today I'm going to be diving into Beast of Reincarnation. Everyone's playing this game in flat screen mode right now, so I decided to put on two different VR headsets, and honestly, I wasn't expecting this level of performance at all. Okay, so before we get going, I'm going to show you some of the settings that I use for the Quest 3. These won't massively differ from the PSVR2, and just the basics is things like ray tracing are off. The VRAM limit, I've put that to the max or the highest, and I've got upscaling on quality, on FSR3 Quality. I mean, I did change it to balance here, but I'll change it back to quality a little bit later. Mesh quality I also put on high, and we've also got texture quality on max as well. Anisotropic filtering, I put that on 16, and shadow quality I popped that onto high as well. Shadow resolutions medium, lighting medium, contact shadows on, post processing low, motion blur off, depth of field off, and frame rate is uncapped. Okay, so right, let's start with the good news of this game, because there is some good news, there is a little bit of bad news. The FPS did stay at around a constant 60 FPS. I did see a couple of increases, but there weren't particularly many dips, so that was actually really positive for a start. Combat does actually have weight to it in a way it just doesn't really on a flat screen. And the one thing as well with this, you can translate this into a first person experience if you wish. However, now because of the nature of the combat, being third person is probably going to be better, so this may work as a smart profile where you have first person exploration like for these moments, and combat in third person like for these particular moments. So you can see the attacks, you can see the swings, you can see the dodges and things like that, so it makes it feel like you're actually the character rather than just controlling an avatar. Now with the Quest 3 I did find the UI doesn't appear the most functional, so I couldn't see any of the UI in the headset on the Quest. This is just playing as a straight inject. I've not particularly tweaked with many of the settings or anything like that at all, but you do have issues with the UI there, so you can't see things like health bars, dialogue prompts. Not all of it has been depth projected properly, so you're sort of getting flat 2D elements just floating around awkwardly in a 3D space. Some of it's unreadable up close, and some of it's just not really in the best place to be visualised properly. Okay, so on to FSR Performance mode with the PSVR2.
Malefacts are powerful foes. You cannot stop its flows. You must parry them.
Right, now PSVR2 gameplay. Now this is a different story here. I had to drop to FSR3 Performance mode. I was sitting roughly around 45 FPS, where it's just over 60 on the Quest 3, and that was locked in as well, so it's noticeably softer on the frame rate, but here is a trade-off. the visuals looked genuinely amazing inside the headset. It really did look smooth and crisp, and it was really impressive. But also, there were no issues with the UI. I could actually see the UI very clearly and cleanly. It may need some adjustments, but it was a lot better in that sense. So there's a bit of a fidelity bump on the PSVR2 that's quite hard to ignore. So it's costing you frames to get there, but is the trade-off actually worth it? I mean, it is a bit of a wrinkle with both of them. You know, you've got this great FPS, and you've also got great visuals. One's got funky UI. It may work with AFW down the line. I haven't actually tested it myself. I have seen some comments saying they couldn't get it working, it was causing crashes, so I didn't actually try it. I would like to see if we can get this playing as first person exploration, third person combat. Now I think that could translate reasonably well for this kind of game. So you get the exploration and you get the benefit of combat all in VR. I mean, combat as well, that is actually really good, the combat is. You know, I've found this quite similar to Stellar Blade. It really did feel like Stellar Blade, just a different setting, and the combat in that was absolutely excellent as well, and in this it does seem to have that edge to it as well. But first person combat probably quite won't land as well as it is in third person. Now, if you are deciding between getting this game on the Quest or the PSVR2, if you have 2 headsets, 3 headsets, maybe 4 or 5 like me, then do me a solid, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you do like it. I'll update this the moment it does work for AFW, perhaps get a bit more of an updated profile. I know the game has not necessarily been popular, but it may well land with Stellar Blade fans. So, Quest 3 or PSVR2? If you want smoothness, the Quest 3 is the clear pick, and very likely, if this does gain any favour from some of the modders in the Flat to VR Discord, it's very likely it'll be configured for the Quest 3. But you've got the visuals and the UI are a lot better on the PSVR2, so you'd think the Quest 3 is the clear pick. FPS is just going to feel better to play, but if you can get the PSVR2 working with AFW, well, you know, you might have a trade of champion there. Because if you want the sharper picture and you can live with 45 FPS, PSVR2 delivers with some solid visuals. Either way, go with third person with combat until AFW or a proper profile sorts out a better first person perspective. Anyway, let me know in the comments, is this a game that you're going to be trying using UEVR? If so, which headset are you going to be running this on? And what FPS have you been getting? Pop it down in the comment section. I'll respond to every single one. We'll see you again soon for another video. Take care, folks. You're watching Headset VR, playing Beast of Reincarnation using Praydog's UEVR ejector. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon for another video. Take care now. Bye bye. Bye bye.